Good morning, my loves, it's Natalia and welcome to our special live video where I am going to be having a look at the year 2021 and I'm going to be doing some angel card readings to talk about the whole tone and the theme of 2021, and we're going to look at what's coming up for you personally and some beautiful angel messages for you there. So as you can see, I have my boxes in front of me and I want you to choose 1, 2, 3 or 4. And I've got a few people joining me already, which is so exciting. I'm so excited to be here with you this morning. It's just fantastic. In the space in between while we're just hovering in the last part of 2020 and the new year is beckoning. Can you feel it? So good morning to Donna Green, Julie Kubiak, Teresa Macklehill, Michelle Renson, Lucy Blackster, Karen Harvey, Gemma Crow and Nicole South and Leslie Townley, Jane McGuinness, who else? Aideen Mallon, Shell Javat, Angela Davis, Bernadette Toll, Kieran Galloway, and Gemma Crow's just sent me 500 stars. Oh, thank you, darling. You're so sweet. Thank you very much for the stars. And you know, the stars is what got us here in the first place. So my next stars goal, let me just talk about that because we've got to have goals, haven't we? So we're stretching the goal a little bit. We're aiming for 6,000 stars. And I'm going to do a whole week of loveliness. So I'll go live every day for a week. And we call it a week of love and light, where we do all kinds of lovely activities. And so thank you so much, Nicole, for the stars. We're on our way already, aren't we? That's beautiful. So Donna Green says, Natalie. Well, you're close. It's Natalia. But anyway, thank you, Donna. Laurie, good morning. Christiane, good evening. Marcy Hernandez and Trev Jones are watching. And get thinking about your numbers. Now, some of you, Magdalene Lewis, good morning. Some of you may be feeling instant attraction to one of the numbers. 1, 2, 3 or 4, and inside the red envelope, it's like an awards ceremony, isn't it? It's all of the goodness that I want to tell you about for the number that you've chosen. So get thinking about that. Anita's watching. I hope that leg and those shingles of yours are feeling best this morning. And Nancy's here. Good morning. Elaine Sagar. Good morning. Ro Dotson's watching. Hello. Thank you for the stars, everybody who's sending me stars. Thank you, Nancy. Robin Steele, Hazel Kings. So what I'm going to do, Lynn Hardy's watching and she sent stars too. Hello. Mona Peebles. And Sarah Louise Webb. And sorry, I'm just trying to read the comments and talk at the same time. I can't do it. Karen Williams, thank you for the stars. Now, Nicole saw a number 2 in the clouds today. It's okay, Donna, don't apologise. Somebody called me Carrie the other day, said, thank you, Carrie, for everything that you do. And I was like, okay, I think you meant someone else. Kane Samuel's watching and Andrea Max Skimming's watching too. Hello. Laurie just sent me stars. Thank you, Laurie. Okay, so think about what number you'd like. Maybe you need to just muse over it, but we're going to do the general overview of 2021 first of all. Now I'm going to talk about the numerology. Okay, Sue Boys is in the house. Hello, Sue. I hope you had a lovely Christmas, everybody. Linda Biles is here because she had to run for the dustmen. You've got to get those bins out. You're going to empty the bins, don't forget. Now yes, I'm going to just skim over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, because I don't want you to get fixed on anything just because you can't see it. So then we've got 4 of them. Aren't these boxes brilliant? Now my daughter got one of those advent calendars, you know, the beauty advent calendars, and it came in this amazing box with these lovely numbered boxes. Isn't that fantastic? So I was like, can I have your box please when you've opened all of your beauty products, because I want to use them for my life. Isn't that fantastic? So gifts just keep on giving, don't they? Julie White, hello. Donna Green, hello. All right, so if I don't say hello to you, I'm really sorry. It's just that so many of you jumped on. Carol Bell's here. Colleen's watching. And I've got so much to get through. So I won't be saying hello to everybody who joins. But I will say hello to Loretto Gillespie. Thank you for joining me, lovely. And Phyllis as well for watching. and Avanish. Right, I'm stopping now. Okay, so let's talk about the numerology first of all. So we have 2021. Let me just get this stand. I'm going to use this clear stand today so that we can see fully my piece of paper there. So 2021 in numerology. What is numerology all about? Well, it is an ancient practice that says that every number carries a vibrational wavelength and has an energy about it. And in numerology, we look at lots of different things, but we look at the year, the vibrational energy of the number of the year. And when we add, what we do is we add all the digits of the year together. So we add the 2, the 0, the 2, the 1 together, and we get number 5. So we're in a number 5 year. So that means that 2020 was a number 4 year. Now, let me just skip back a little bit and talk about a number 4 year before I go on to number 5, because you'll all be thinking, let's get 2020 out of the way. Don't want to think about it anymore. But it's interesting that number 4 years are all about foundations, you know, when balance, getting things right, getting things in place, getting the structure right. So you will have noticed that there was a lot of restructuring going on in our lives globally, massively, in this number 4 year of 2020. So upheaval in order to create the right foundations, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. And what we will thank 2020 for, it may take us a long while in the future, we will look back on this time and we'll say, yes, we needed to get those foundations really put in place in order to give us that important, movement forward. So what does the number 5 year represent? The energy of this beautiful 5. It is a year of freedom. It represents change. It represents new experiences, new learning, new adventures. And we're learning from our mistakes. So we're looking back over the last 4 years, because everything in numerology goes in 9-year cycles. And we're saying to ourselves, where do I go from here? And we're probably saying that to ourselves much more in this number 5 year than we ever have in previous 5 years. Number 5 years are all about resourcefulness. Now, when I talked about freedom and change, so you might think, the minute that the bell tolls midnight, 1 minute after midnight, we'll walk into 2021 and then we go, right, everything's going to change. Well, I have some bad news for you, because it's not going to change, is it? Because we're still in these, some of us in restrictive situations, some in, nothing has really gotten any different just because we've gone from the 31st of December to the 1st of January. So the number 5 year is all about you changing. It's all about you looking at being resourceful and saying to yourself, where am I? Where am I in terms of what I want freedom in my life? Where do I want variety in my life? And number 5 is asking you to be the change maker. So when I talk about freedom at the moment, probably the millions of people in the UK are in this tier 4 restrictions where they can't go cross a boundary to go into a tier 3 area. They can't go to a shop because the non-essential shops are closed. They can't go and visit family members or friends. So you might say, okay, well, where's this freedom coming from in 2021? It's coming from your resourcefulness. So where you can find your freedoms, where you can find variety, where you can make important choices. And that's the important bit. And I came across this quote and I love it. So I'm going to tell you what the quote is. You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So basically, you can't fight what's already there. It's like trying to climb over a fence that's too high for you, and you're fighting away and you're pushing against this fence. And then you suddenly realise, actually, how about if I go around the fence? How about if I walk further down? There won't be a fence. I won't have to climb over it. So it's all of our resourcefulness is going to change the model of our reality. So Let's look at the 2021 in terms of the whole 9-year cycle. So when we have a 1 year, this is the beginning of the 9-year cycle. And the number 9 year is the end of a 9-year cycle. So we are right in the middle. Isn't that exciting? And I never looked at it like this before until I was starting to prepare for this session. And then I thought, oh, I'm feeling all goosebumpy about it actually. Because here we are, bang smack in the middle of the 9-year cycle. We've got 4 years under our belt. 4 amazing years of experience and wisdom under our belts. And this is where we're looking ahead to the next 4 years. So we are right in the middle. And this represents the halfway point. This represents the potential, because you have the old you versus the new you. And this is the very, very important year where you go, where do I want to be when I get to here? And this is the year that I start doing things to make that happen. So it almost kind of makes me feel this incredible excitement, this incredible potential. And I just want to say to you, the first angel message that's been coming through for me all morning is, please don't waste this opportunity. Please don't look back on those years and go, oh, well, that was a crappy 4-year cycle and I just want to forget about it. Go back, mine it. Go digging deep and finding those pieces of gold, because there's huge chunks of them. There's diamonds in there. And that is what you're going to use to inform the next 4-year cycle that takes you to the end of this 9 years where you go, I shed a skin, I transformed. Does all of that make sense? This is the old you versus the new you. How amazing is that? Now, the other thing that we can do with numerology is we can work out our own personal year. So I've said that this is the 5-year in 2021 for the collective, for the planet. So now we can think about, what is my personal year? So how do you do that? Well, what you do is you take your day of birth, the number of your day of birth, and the month that you were born. So my day of birth was number 5. So that I was born on the 5th of June. So that would make it 5, 6. And then I add the year numbers in. So when I add 5 and 6 together, I get 11. Then I add the 2, which gives me 13. Then I add the 0, which gives me 13. I add the other 2, which gives me 15. And I add the 1, which gives me 16. And when I add 1 and 6 together, because we don't want double digits, we only want a number between 1 and 9, I get the number 7. So does that make sense? So you're basically adding your numbers up. So I was born on the 5th of June. 5 plus 6 is 11. Plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1 gives me 16. And then I get number 7. So then when you've got your personal year number, you can go and Google it. So go and Google, say personal year number, whatever your number is. So in Sonia Anders' case, you got your numbers reduced to 10, and so you would add 1 and 0, and that would be a 1 year. So, Sonia's beginning 1 year, that's huge momentum. It's the beginning of everything. It's all kind of new and shiny, so it's exciting. And what you can also do, in the Path to My Life Purpose program, we did an activity where we looked back at the previous 9 years and looked back at it, like events in our history, to see what had happened in certain personal years. And my goodness, so in every number 2 year, I moved house. not every single number 2 year, but whenever I moved house, it was always in a number 2 year. And every time there was a number 4 year, I got into a really serious relationship that was a number 4 year. So it's really interesting, and you can map out your next 9-year cycle from here. You say my personal year is 7, so next year is going to be 8, and so on and so forth. So it's interesting, isn't it? And so when we're done here, you can go away and Google that. It's a little task for you over this period in between now and the new year for you to look into your own personal history and your own personal mystery of what's coming up, and to see what kind of themes are going to be playing out for you. What kind of a year? Is it going to be a very quiet, peaceful year? Is it going to be exciting? Is it going to ask a lot of you to build things, to learn things? Is it going to be a year that's all about abundance? Is it going to be a year that's all about love? So it's fascinating. So for me, for example, the number 7 year is all about, it's about personal growth. It's about building my spirituality in a really massive way. So unfortunately, the bad news is you're going to be seeing a lot more of me in 2021, because I'm being pushed to do more of this kind of work and to be much more kind of visible with it and active with it. And last time I had a number 7 year was a year when I had a really massive spiritual awakening, and I started to do this work. So it's interesting, isn't it? All of this, I find it very fascinating. And if you do my Path to Your Life Purpose program, you get to find out about your destiny number and your life path number. So that's what we're going to do with that. All right, my loves. So we're going to have a look at the angel messages. First of all, generally, what do the angels have to say about 2021? So I'm going to be using the Angel Tarot deck. I'm just reading your comments. I'm trying to kind of concentrate and read your comments. Quite tricky. So let's look at the general themes of 2021 for all of us. And then we'll get on to your personal choices. So the card decks that I'm using this morning are the Angel Tarot by Radley Valentine. And Laurie's saying, you're glad I'm a 7 in your 4 year. Oh, bless you. That's so funny. Margarita Jeffries is waving. Hello, Margarita. So I'm just going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck as well. And I'm going to draw a Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty card for us too. So let's see if these cards reflect the numerology. That will be interesting, won't it? And I may at some point have to plug my phone in, because it doesn't the battery doesn't seem to last very long at the moment. So I've got a new phone coming, because this one is dying on its knees at the moment. Okay, so I'm going to move those 2 cards and just pop them down there. And then we are going to have a look at the angel messages. I'm going to pop those 2 down there as well. Okay, so our first message is the 4 of Water. Oh, love this message. Let's pop that there. What does it mean? So you can see that we have this mermaid and she's looking down. So we may begin the year. So this is like the first part of the year, the first few months of the year, maybe up until around April time, that we may not be seeing all of the blessings that 2021 is bringing us. So they're going to come in heavily disguised. These gifts are going to come in heavily disguised as disappointments. So I don't think that we're all going to get exactly what we wanted. I think that we're going to march on into 2021 with great expectations and not realising that we have to do the work to create the change, which is exactly what the number 5 year represents. You know, it's about you need to be the change you want to see in the world, or whatever needs to change. It's not what's around you that needs to change, it's what's inside of you that needs to change. And there you are with your pet lip out going, right, well, I'm going back home because I'm not getting what I wanted. But in not getting what you wanted, you're getting exactly what you needed. And you will soon see that the universe has got these prizes, these amazing gifts for you. So I could tell you, I could regale you with tales of my life. I won't do it now because we haven't got time. Of all the times when everything didn't work out the way I wanted it to, and I was fed up to the back teeth, I was crying, I'm just so sick and tired of it. Why am I bothering? And what actually came from those disappointments or those things not working out according to the script that I wrote was miracles. And I'm not exaggerating when I say, you know, with my writing, I wanted a book deal and I wrote to every publisher and they turned me down. And then I found out this other lady got the book deal that I wanted, and I was so annoyed because we were in competition with each other, but I actually ended up getting a 3-book deal. From having published my own book, a publisher approached me because they'd seen my writing and then said, oh, we really, really love it and we want to offer you a 3-book deal. So I had to wait, but it was almost like I learnt so much in the process, and it was brilliant. So I feel like this message is saying to you, keep your eyes and ears peeled. If something's not going according to the plan that you wrote for yourself, maybe it's just going exactly how it needs to go. And try not to get too fed up about it. This is all about stabilizing of emotions as well. So it's about you maybe not seeing, that maybe those gifts are right in front of your nose and you're just kind of turning your nose up at them because they're not exactly how you pictured them, but they are very, very, they're great blessings that are coming your way. So that's the first few months of, up to around April. And then we have firepower coming in here. So the 2 of fire always represents forward motion. It represents momentum. So if we think about the story of these different numbers in the suits of cards, we have the Ace of Fire first that comes before the 2. And that's the idea, that's the spark. That's the enthusiasm. That's the offer that isn't tangible. It's that giddiness, like somebody suggests something to us and we go, oh, there's an opportunity there, oh, I'm excited. But it doesn't really represent anything meaningful. Whereas this is where the contract's signed. This is the person putting their money where their mouth is. This is the relationship becoming physical. So the Ace of Fire could be the fancying bit, if you're open to a relationship. Whereas the 2 of Fire represents you two getting together. It represents the partnering. It represents I've got the world in my hand and I'm about to sail forth. I'm about to step forward into the reality of something. So everything that feels like it's coming to nothing there is actually creating something really special. Oh, Nicole's noticing the face on the dragon in this card. And look at him and the dragon. They're both smiling and he's looking up adoringly and he's just like, we did it, we did it. And it looks like this character is, he's holding this wand and he maybe represents the person who's got the power and has said yes and he's pressed go. And then those 2 are like, woohoo, doing the happy dance in the corner. Like when something works out and you're just like, yes, you're punching the air and you're jumping around and you're trying to be really cool about it. But behind closed doors, you're like, yeah, baby. So this is representing the energy of fire. So I would say when the sun moves into Aries, so any Aries who are watching, if you've got Aries anywhere strongly in your birth chart or your sun sign Aries, then this is going to be a really particularly good birthday gift for you, where things have felt like they stalled or they didn't go the way you wanted, and then you get to seal the deal in whichever way that represents for you. So it's very much representative of around the 22nd of March is the time when we're steaming ahead with things. Chris, I know there's quite a few Aries watching. I know Gemma Crow is an Aries and Christiane's an Aries, and I've got Aries rising, Aries ascendant. What's Sue saying? You had an opportunity presented to you last night you weren't expecting, and you questioned all night this morning, should I go for it? Yes, and it may be that you have to do a bit of wrangling, you have to do a bit of negotiating, and it doesn't quite go the way you wanted, but that it all really comes good by the end of March. So, okay, and then this represents, so that's taking us into summer. I would say the bookend of the fire signs. So that would be Aries season through to Leo season, which ends around the 21st of August. And then this is the time from August onwards. And look at this. I was hoping we would get to see the air energy come through, because 2021 astrologically is a very, very strong year for Aquarius. So in February, for example, there's going to be 7 planets in Aquarius, which has not happened for a very long time. And all of the air signs are going to benefit massively in 2021, because this energy is facilitating the air signs in a very, very great way. It's communication, it's thought, it's action. It's networking and connecting with others. It might be still on the internet, but it's still connections, isn't it? So the air signs are Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Okay. So the Knight of Air represents the mind, the quick thinking mind. This can also, the Knight of Air can represent those short journeys, that speeding around, that being able to go and meet up with people, that being able to move around freely. There's a lot of freedom with the Knight of Air. Look at him, and he's so ready for it. He's charging off into the distance. And the sword represents words. So writing, speaking, teaching, learning, getting your fingers involved in lots of pies. It's going to be a busy old time from the round about the third week of August through to the end of the year. Isn't that amazing? But then if we want to look at, the fact that we've got this air sign coming up here, I feel like Libra season is going to be very, very super special for all this communication, freedom, action, opportunity, communication, connections. So Libra season is from around the 21st of September through to the 21st of October. So that's going to be a super duper time for really connecting with that 5 energy, which is all about freedom and restlessness and adventure and travel and change and new experiences and learning. And Laurie's saying to me, you're coming to New York, right? I'm coming, baby. My plan is to go to California because I have a lot of really beautiful people out in California that I want to see. And New York, of course. Duh. I'd love to come and see you. So if you're in New York State, New Jersey, anywhere around there, then let me know. I'd definitely love to come out there. And I'm going to come to Gloucester as well. on a slightly more glamorous note. I definitely want to come to Gloucester ladies. Shayla, hello. I didn't see you there. And you're in New York, or is it New Jersey you're in? Okay, so our Queen of the Moon card is resistance is futile. Look at that. Well, I'm open to Iowa because that's not a million miles from California, is it, Veronica? Oh, I'm being invited to Australia here. Gloucester might have to take a back seat, ladies, if I'm going to Australia. I'm going to be busy in 2021. So here we are. Number 25, which is the number 7 when we reduce it down. And that's magic. So can you see she's holding her fist really tightly, and all of this growth is happening while she's trying to resist it. She's like, no, I don't want to. But she can't stop the growth from taking place. So this, my loves, speaks of 2021. This is all about whatever you're holding yourself back with. The 5 year is going to make you be more expansive. It's going to say, you've got to change. You can't stay the same because there's all this growth coming through your knuckles, through every little crevice where there's a chink of light that is forcing change. You can't resist it. You need to grow and change because remember, oh, I'm getting all excited. I'm getting sweaty palms. If you don't change, then this won't either. So you've got to think about, what is it that I'm going to do differently in 2021? What is the universe asking me to do differently in 2021 so that I can become the best version of me? And it's so exciting. And thank you for the stars, Claire Knott. You are lovely. Now, I'm just catching up on the conversation here where I'm being invited to Texas now. I love Texas. So, and yeah, Australia is a big country. So I could be there for some time. But anyway, thank you very much for all the invitations. You're so kind. All right, so our final card for talking about the collective and the year as a whole, I hope you're enjoying this, by the way, is the Oracle of Wisdom and Beauty. Oh, look at that. I love it. So it says, we've been going round in circles and we've got to change. And there's an untold story. And this is you, my loves. This is you. growing beyond those circles that you are have been sitting within, where you've just been going round. It feels like a hamster on a wheel. We've just been doing the same thing every day. Nothing changes, nothing grows. Well, there's an untold story, there's a new chapter, there's a new book that wants to be written. And you are going to be propelled out of your comfort zone. And you're going to move forwards, my loves. And the going round in circles thing as well is very much about finding your circle. Who do you belong with? Where do you feel most at home with? You know, a lot of us, empaths and spiritual people, awakened souls, I like to call it, we don't feel comfortable with many kind of normal situations. A lot of us, we didn't fit in at school. When we went to start work, we just felt like we were like a fish out of water. And when you start to get that calling and you start to realise, actually, I wasn't meant to fit in, I was meant to stand out so that I can meet my tribe. So we're all here together, we've all convened, haven't we? And so there's a reason why 55 of us are right here, right now, talking about a 5-year, and we had 55 viewers at that very moment. It's because we're meant to be together, because we understand each other, we get one another. And I felt like such a weirdo all my life, and I actually feel like, you know, in my little book of Love and Life, Love and Light, there's a quote from Pharrell Williams who's saying, you know, I'm a weirdo, but I found my tribe of weirdos. And I like the word weirdo in a very nice way. I like the way he uses it, because he's Pharrell Williams and he's good with words, isn't he? So what is the untold story that is beckoning you to live out in 2021? I want you to think about that over the next few days, because I want to see that story unfolding. I want to stand back and be in awe of all that you can do in 2021. And it's not the obvious, my loves. So for this to be different, yeah, you got to be different, and you got to be brave as well. So bring it on. Bring on the adventure. How exciting is that? Now, what's even more exciting is it snowed today, and I can hear the cars revving because they're getting stuck on the road because they didn't grit it. So poor cars. But anyway, what is even more exciting than snow is that we've got your personal messages. And Elaine is saying it took you a long time to realise that you're an empath and you knew you felt different to others. Yes, I know. So me and you, Elaine, we're on the same page there. You completely get that. And Andrea's saying you felt like an oddball all your life. Oh my gosh. Well, here's to the oddballs. Let's raise a glass to the oddballs. So let us take a look at 1, 2, 3 and 4 in these gorgeous boxes. Aren't they lovely? Thank you to Estella Coleman, who kindly donated her advent calendar box of the Beauty Grazia boxes for me to be able to use them for my lives and things. So aren't they lovely? I feel that can add a touch of glam, because you're all so glamorous. We need a bit of glamour. So let us see what numbers you're going for. 1, 2, 3 or 4. Angela's saying it's snowing in Wolverhampton. I love a bit of snow, especially if I don't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to commute to do this with you today. I'm so excited that I'm just stuck in the house, all warm, and doing these readings today with you. Cheers to the weirdos, Laurie. Absolutely. Okay. And Nicole, just to rub a little salt in the wound and to encourage me to get on a plane to Australia, is saying it's 40 degrees there. Okay, fine. Oh my gosh, it's very cold here. So I'm going to start with number 1, obviously, and I'm going to go through everything that's in the envelope in one hit, because I don't want to be going back and forth. So let us clear these cards away and bring your box forward, so the number 1s, and we have, let's have a look and see what we've got inside your envelope. So this represents 2021 for you. I'm going to start with this, and we've got Peach Moonstone. How beautiful is that? So your crystal is Moonstone. Thank you for the stars, Angela. Now Moonstone is obviously the stone that helps us to connect with the cycles of the moon. So I feel for you, there is going to be some really great insights spiritually for you, really connecting with your clairsenses, the divine feminine, and helping you to be much more open to your psychic gifts. So they've got a lot to tell you. So your spirit guides and your angels want to work with you. And if you can get yourself a piece of moonstone and keep it near to you in 2021, this is going to be a very important crystal for you. There's lots of different types of moonstone. This is the peach one, but go for whichever one you like. There's rainbow moonstone, there's that kind of grey moonstone, very white looking moonstone. So choose the one that resonates with you. But this is all about you really awakening spiritual powers, spiritual clairsenses and spiritual gifts. So our next card, or our next message for number ones, comes from the archetype of the wild unknown, and this card is the Judge. So that is the number 14, which when we add 1 and 4 together is 5. So this is going to be a really important year of you judging. So if I bring back that continuum, this is where you make some important judgments about the past 4 years and what you want to do over the next 4 years. So I feel like it's going to be such a big year for you, number ones. And judgment is black and white here. So it's about saying that those judgments are going to be very easy because it's give and take. It's black and white. It's yes and no. And where you might have had I want to say 50 Shades of Grey, but then I don't want to turn this into something smutty. But anyway, where you might have been sort of sitting on the fence, or, you know, always thinking like, oh, there's a grey area around things. I think that this is going to be one of those years where you are very decisive and you make judgments based on this highest self. And when your higher self's talking to you, when your intuition's calling you, there's no mistaking it. Because you're just going to get so in tune with your intuition, so in tune with your clairsenses, your guides and your angels, that you're just going to be so sure of yourself, and you're going to make these very important judgments where you're going to say yes to something and no to other things, where you're going to open your eyes to some things and some things over with the skull. So I love that message for you. I hope it resonates, and also I hope it resonates as we go further on into 2021 in terms of what you see materializing for you. What else do we have in here? So we have your Priestess cards. So these are, let me just show you the deck. Bear with me. This one is called the Enchanted Spell Oracle, and so many of you helped me to purchase these cards for the page, so thank you for that with your star contributions. And your priestess is the Priestess of Luck. Wow, so look at her, she's got her feet in an elixir, a lucky elixir. We've got the number 4 there, and we've got her, she almost looks like a dragonfly. Oh, Gemma, you're crying. Oh, bless you. I'm going to pass you a virtual Kleenex because it's an emotional week. If you watched the messages yesterday, we had all these water cards, and so we've got the full moon in Cancer tomorrow. So if you're feeling emotional, we'll blame it on the moon, especially seeing as you got the moonstone. So this is saying, you know, because she looks a bit like a dragonfly, the dragonfly is supposed to be very lucky. If you see a dragonfly, make a wish. Make a wish is going on into 2021 because it's going to be a very lucky year for you. And you have the ability to rise above things and then to fly in and zero in on something very close up, but not get dragged into it. You've got the ability to skim over the surface, to drill down to the detail when you need to, and to pull yourself away and see the bigger picture, which is going to be very lucky traits for you. Those are going to be your superpowers in 2021. And you're, you know, look at that beautiful glass of amber liquid It's like a champagne glass, and she's dipping her feet in, but she can jump right out anytime she wants. And that's the beauty of it, being able to feel lucky because you can pull in and out. You're not nose pressed to the coal face all the time. You're able to see how certain things are working in your favour, and to be patient enough to wait for certain things, and then to swoop in when you need to catch all of the bounty that's coming. Aren't these beautiful, these messages? Our next card is from the Angel Tarot deck, and this is an Archangel for the year for you. So you ready for your Archangel? Oh, look, and the number 5 again. So we've got repeating number 5s here. So you really are born for this number 5 year. And we have balance with Archangel Zadkiel. Archangel Zadkiel is the the keeper of the violet flame, who cleanses us, who helps us to forgive, who helps us to be patient enough to wait for those beautiful things to come into our lives. Now, because you've been getting the number 5 coming up twice, number 5 represents the 5th month of the year, so May would be a particularly active, important time, moves forward. We also have Zadkiel, who is he is actually the guardian of the 5 year. He's the Sagittarius angel. He represents that energy of freedom, change, adventure. But we have to get ourselves into balance. We have to learn from the past, and then we cleanse ourselves with the violet flame. So you can ask Archangel Zadkiel to help you with that. I have a beautiful meditation with Archangel Zadkiel. I think I will share it for everybody later for free. So all of you number ones, if you want to do that meditation. And he is also represents the colour purple because of the violet flame and the third eye chakra opening up. So you and your spirituality are going to be really, really connecting big time in 2021. And he says the need for balance and moderation, cooperation and compromise, and wait for perfect timing, which seems to be as though the month of May is going to be important. Now, also, one of the things I want to talk about in terms of your purpose this year is that it feels like you're going to be in a situation where you can make important decisions and judgments. So you might be put in charge of a project, you might have greater responsibility, and where you're going to be making these judgments and giving this kind of advice or direction to people, or maybe just to yourself, based on your intuition, based on really trusting yourself and these third eye opening up and you being able to make those choices and judgments with great clarity and feeling powerful, you know, where you're not second guessing and questioning yourself. You're not going, why me? I'm not good enough to do this. This is all about power that comes from that inner knowing that this is part of the thing that I agreed to do as part of my life purpose, as part of this path in my life. And I'm not going to start feeling like I'm not worthy, because that's ego talking. That's ego trying to keep you small and stop you from doing the thing that you are being asked to do. And when your higher self speaks more loudly than your ego, that's when you know that you're on the right path and that you can access this power of yours. Isn't that amazing? So the final little message that we have in here is about love. And this is the Lover's Oracle cards by Tony Carmine Salerno. So we have this lady and she's got her eyes closed. She's naked. She's hugging this tree and she's sending her intentions into the tree. It's this beautiful heart that's resonating with light. And the message is, close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. So I feel as though this 5 year is unleashing your joy, giving yourself permission to be joyful, not letting yourself get held back. So you know why sometimes we lie down in front of ourselves and get in our own way. And you deserve to be joyful, and you deserve to be powerful, and to have all of the gifts that are coming your way, including love. So whatever you want in love, close your eyes and tell yourself you deserve it. And it will come into your life because you are resonating with the frequency of your soulmate, which is beautiful. So those are your messages, my loves, for number 1. Now, I rather foolishly came into doing this without having a glass of water. So I'm just going to see if Estella Coleman can get me a glass of water, please. She heard me? Did she hear me? Oh, I don't know if she's heard me. Anyway, we'll ask her in a second. So number 2, here is your messages. First of all, let's look at your crystal. Cynthia, we're not doing card pulls for people. It's not like your average kind of psychic reading. This is general messages that you choose 1, 2, 3 or 4. We've just done number 1. So your crystal is Unakite, and the 2 chakras that are related to Unakite are the sacral chakra and the heart chakra. This is a really nice shaped one, isn't it? It's really pretty. So it's kind of a combination of those 2 energies, and it's very much about, it's called the soulmate stone. So if you're open to love and you want to attract your soulmate into your life, then Unakite's a really good stone to keep around you. Thank you for the stars, Gemma. It's a really great stone to keep with you. Carol's got this crystal and you love it. Yeah, it's gorgeous. But also, as well as being the soulmate stone, it's also about attracting into your life that which you love in general. So the green is for the heart chakra, that kind of mossy green colour, you can see. And then that sort of orangey colour represents the sacral chakra. So the heart chakra is like, what does the heart want? Nicole bought one of these at the weekend. Fantastic. What does the heart want? While you open your heart, you can be more compassionate and self-loving. And, you know, when we're compassionate with ourselves, then we allow ourselves to do more things, don't we? And to say, you know, what do I love doing? I'm just going to pursue that. And then the sacral chakra is the art of being joyful. It's about creativity, giving birth to new ideas. It's about freedom. It's embracing change and adventure, and not looking at the past, not looking too far ahead. It's about being in the moment and being joyful within that moment. So what a lovely stone for you. And then your message from the archetype of the wild unknown, Sheila, you do need one of those stones, is the riddle. And that is the number 53, which is the number 8. Thank you for the stars, Cynthia. Oh, Donna, that crystal it's called Unakite. I'll spell it for you. Unakite. Unakite. The number 53, when we add 5 and 3 together, is 8, and that is power. So look at that. We have the riddle. So thank you, Nancy. The riddle, it's about solving the riddle. So this is mind, body, spirit, the triad, the Trinity, and this knot. I look at that and I think it's like a love knot. So what is the riddle in your life that you're trying to solve? What is it that will enable you to unleash your power? So I'm going to have a look at the guidebook for this one, because Donna's saying that's your year, number 8. Oh, and I just opened the book on the exact page. Oh, I love it when that happens. So this is, we're always searching for the right answer, but we can't find it because we're being too logical, or we're thinking too small. And this card is saying that the answer you're looking for is deep and mysterious, like the elusive wisdom, and focusing harder on a problem, or trying to, you know, say, it's like scientists are always trying to explain away spirituality, aren't they? But we can't explain the creation of ourselves with the brain that you know somebody else created. We can't do it. It's far too big. And whatever is a big dilemma to you at the moment is going to reveal itself through deeper wisdom. So get comfortable with limitations of your intellect. And almost it's saying, I don't know. And that's okay. It's saying, I don't know. And I'm just going to be in the moment. The answer's always out of reach. Nicole, you know, when you have one of these awakenings where you just, have you ever had those moments where you're just like, I know what I'm here to do, and I found my angels, and I'm like, life is beautiful. And then a few weeks later, you're going, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I had the answer. And Eckhart Tolle says that. I got it, I lost it. I got it, I lost it. And it's going to be like that. So get used to not knowing. Yes, your son's a scientist, Laurie. Exactly. They're always trying to explain everything with the brain that the creator created. So you can't explain the person that created you, or the thing that created you, the being, the divinity, with something as small as our brain. We just can't do it. So you'll never solve the riddle, so get comfortable with being uncomfortable in 2021. Our next message is from the Priestess cards and the Enchanted Spell Oracle. And we've got love. Now, isn't that interesting? So we've got the love and we had the Unikite card. So for you, maybe you're trying to solve the riddle of why am I not in a relationship, or why is my relationship going through ups and downs? But one of the riddles that you will solve this year is the connection between the heart and the sacral chakra. That is the physical and the emotional, the spiritual love. Now, I love this card because it shows this ancient practice of binding the hands, and that's what they used to do. If you've ever watched Braveheart, that's it, Mel Gibson. Oh, such a great film. And he marries his love and they bind their hands, and I just love that. I always feel as though that is a true expression of love and commitment. So they're doing that underneath the rose tree because the rose petals are the lover's symbol. So for you, there is a little spell that accompanies each of these cards, because they're all about like pagan traditions, and they're just like innocent little practices, like little rituals, which I love. It's like using herbs and flowers and natural objects. So what they recommend with this card is that you take some rose petals. Yes, hand fasting, that's it, Angela. Take some rose petals, get a little pouch, a fabric pouch, pop the rose petals into the pouch, put some rose essential oil into it, and tie the pouch. You could put even a rose quartz crystal or a Unikite crystal in with those rose petals and the rose essential oil, and then keep that under your pillow or next to your bedside, to summon more love into your life. And it can be all kinds of love. It doesn't have to be romantic sexual love. It could be love from your customers, love from your friends and family, just feeling greater love in your life. Isn't that lovely? I think that love is a big feature of your life in 2021. And oops, let's get your next message, which is your archangel. And your archangel is Chamuel. Now, Chamuel is also known as the love angel. So I know Archangel Raphael is known as the soulmate, the uniter of soulmates, the physician angel, but Chamuel is the romance angel. And he asks us to step outside of our comfort zone. He asks us to awaken the sacral chakra. So maybe you've been stuck in a rut in your existing relationship, and especially when we've all been staying at home a lot more in 2020. Or maybe you need to think about new ways to spice up your love life, to get more intimate, to get more, and intimacy is not just sexual, it's about, mental intimacy as well. You really talking to one another about your hopes and fears, and really sharing and being close. So doing more of that. And if you are open to love, then he is the romance angel, so he's opening that sacral chakra of yours, because the sacral chakra has got to be open, because we've got to share ourselves, not just being naked and intimate with our bodies, but also being willing and open to share what's on our minds and in our hearts with our significant other. If somebody comes into your life, you can't have the shutters ready to close down, thinking, oh, I don't trust you. It's about being really open, and sometimes you've got to go down the road less traveled. You've certainly got to be different. You have to be different to the way you've been in previous relationships, and that's what Archangel Chamuel encourages: change and embracing of change. It could also mean that somebody who's completely different to your usual type comes into your life as well. All right, aren't these lovely? And then your final card is from the Lover's Oracle. That does not want to stay there. And we have this beautiful man with blue eyes. Or one blue eye anyway, I don't know. I'm assuming the other one's blue. And the message here is, look deep within your heart and you will feel my love. My love for you is as deep as the ocean. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. So this is soulmate love right there. Somebody loves you very much. Now, you might not have this person in your life right now. You may well do. But they want to let you know that they are on that radar emotional frequency, that energetic frequency, and they're sending their vibes to you. So get ready to receive. So if you are in a relationship, there's more love coming your way within that relationship, and if you're open to a new relationship, then your soulmate is waiting in the wings and could well land in your life in 2021. Don't add the one at the end of that. Oh, how lovely is that? I hope you enjoyed those messages. Number 2, and pop those back in your envelope. So number 3 and 4, I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get to you, but you will get your message. I'm just going to turn this temperature down because it's very warm in here now. It's drying my throat out. Now, I suspect that Stella has got her headphones in, and she can't hear me, so never mind. I'll just have to battle on. So where is your crystal? Right, Michelle, what are you saying? You just met a gentleman who you are slowly getting to know, and you were so excited. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so number 3. I need a water break. Yes, I do. So Julie, this is your card pack. So your crystal is Phantom Amethyst. Phantom Amethyst. So basically, the amethyst is inside. They're captured within the quartz. And this is all about you are protected. So your high energy, your high vibes, you know, you're protected by your angels, by all of this gorgeous energy in the universe. And my first really strong thought as soon as I saw that crystal is, do not doubt that whatever is meant for you will not pass you by, okay? You are being taken care of. Now, at the moment, you may be going through a great upheaval. So you might have lost something or someone and be feeling a little bit empty, a little bit like, I can't seem to hang on to the things that I'm trying to hold onto so desperately. Well, let them go, because this is a really important time for you to receive new things, and the universe is shape-shifting and working on your behalf. Don't worry, okay? You're protected and all is safe and sound. So you're going to be okay. You know, I think that's quite a few of you number 3s need to hear that right now. Everything's okay. And that looks like a kind of shape of an angel in there, doesn't it? The way I was holding that there, like the wings up in the air. And you are being taken care of, my loves. That's what you need to know. So trust your vibes, follow your gut instincts, wherever the universe wants to lead you, you just need to follow. So your archetype of the wild unknown card. Empty room, yes. I feel so strongly that some of you have had to let things go, that there's an empty space, that there's a blank canvas. And the empty room represents everything and nothing. So there's nothing in it, but there's everything in it, because there's the potential of what can be. Now, don't fill it with loads of crap and clutter, okay? Don't be tempted to dash out and try and... because you feel uncomfortable with an empty space. We all do. But if you wait and see, you can put the really important things in there. Now, this number is number 57. So what does that work out at? 5 and 7 is 12, which is number 3. So that is, number 3 is about community. It's about people. It's about joyfulness. It's about the next chapter. So that emptiness is going to be filled with some fabulous, fabulous people, projects, activities. There's a certain buoyancy. And look, you know we have this box, but there we have the purple star. And that looks very similar to this, doesn't it? Where it feels like you're boxed in, it feels like you're alone, but you're not alone because look, you're encased by love. Isn't that amazing? And you're floating. So you can't float when there's loads of clutter around you. You can float when there's emptiness, when there's freedom. Grow into the empty space. Fill the empty space with your own energy. And then when that empty space is filled with your beautiful energy, that's not been contaminated by anybody else or anything else, that is when you can attract everything that is right for you into that space to come and join you. Who's worthy of you? That's what you need to ask. Sue, you said you know you're going to struggle with an empty room. Yes, because it's uncomfortable. Doesn't feel right, does it? Because this is the year where we have to do things differently, where we have to change things and build a new model. Okay? Because we're talking the next 4 years of your life. You are building them, so you have to do things differently. Okay, so your priestess. Oh, look at this. I'm feeling emotional now. This is the priestess of happiness. So she is dancing around. She's got the sacral chakra lit up. She's happy, happy, happy. She's joyful. She's so nimble. She's balancing this glass of peach juice on her knee. And she's just loving life. So life is peachy. And this is very much about you being happy where you are right now. Just saying, you know, within the empty space, within the empty room, within all of the space that's opened up around me, I'm just going to be happy sitting in there. I'm going to dance around in my own company. I'm going to be happy with me. And when I'm happy with me, that's when I can be happy with others. I can be happy with the other things that come into my life. But you've got to get comfy with yourself. You've got to be enjoying the emptiness. Don't try and fill it until you are dancing around and you can balance a glass of peach juice on your knee. Okay, that's your challenge. So you can fill that time with learning your balance, getting your balance just right. And then when you're nimble enough, that's when other people can jump in and join you. And you know, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be attracting so many high vibe people and experiences into your world. And Sue's turn to cry now. The priestess got you blubbering. Oh, bless your heart, my love. Let's see if we can make you cry a bit more with our angel message. And this is your archangel. Your archangel for 2021 is Raphael. Isn't that beautiful? Sheila. Okay, I look forward to seeing that, Sheila. So Raphael is the angel who's attracting soulmates into your life. Now, not just romantic soulmates. These can be teachers, gurus, friends, workmates. Our soul tribe, basically. And absolutely beautiful. And he's healing you. He's healing you as you sit in the empty space. He's got you. So that angel inside there is Raphael. So he's helping you to heal. He's helping you to be more open-hearted and compassionate and loving towards yourself. He's saying within the empty space, give yourself lots of self-love. Fill the empty space with the things that you love rather than the things that other people want to put upon you. I think one of the most empowering things that I ever experienced was getting divorced. And it was very sad at the time. And I moved into this rental house for a year. And I filled it with all of the things that I loved. So I put pictures on the walls, I got stencils. I went a bit crazy with things that I wouldn't do now, but it was a lovely experience because I'd been in that relationship since I was 21 years old and I was 40 when we broke up, and I'd never really had my own space that was just mine. and it felt really good to not have to get somebody else's approval. And so it feels like that energy of healing, all of that time you've spent pleasing other people. It's time to please yourself, and then you raise your vibration by doing that, and when you do, you attract like-minded souls into your life. So Nancy is saying, after 40 years of solitude, your heart is open for your love to come in, and he is here. Oh, bless you. Bless you, Nancy. I'm sure he is. And then your final card is the Lover's Oracle card. Oh, look at this. So we have this beautiful card of these two people who are almost melting into one another. And look at their auras. Look at all of that. Beautiful kind of blue, protective, bluey sort of purple energy that's all around them. And it says, there's a lot of writing on here, beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Isn't that interesting? So it's saying, you know, when we look at other people and we really admire them, we go, wow, you know, you're so amazing. What you don't realise is that it's like looking in a mirror. So they have qualities that are there within you, but you're not seeing them because you're looking up to that other person. And equally, things you don't like, you know, it's people we don't like. And it's usually because they're similar to us, or they've got similar kind of traits and we don't like those traits in ourselves. So we're looking at that other person going, oh, I don't like you. Well, that's because you're looking in a mirror. So I feel like you are going to be attracting, it's like attracts like. So this is going to be a year of attraction. Okay, you are going to be attracting your soulmates, but you're also going to attract some mirrors to yourself of the things that you don't like in yourself, and you're going to have to recognize those things within this empty space. So fill it with the good stuff, not the stuff that you've just left behind you. Be brave enough to fill it with the good stuff. Oh, you're welcome, Sue, and thank you so much for the stars, my love. Right, let's pop those away. I hope you enjoyed those messages. And now I can't wait to share number 4 with you. You've waited so patiently, number 4s. If you've been with me all along, then thank you for your patience. Here it comes. Number 4, are you ready? So what is your crystal? It's in here somewhere. Where has it gone? I can feel it. Thank you for the stars, Nancy and Laurie. You're so kind. Ooh, wow. This is called Sunset Sodalite. So it's a newly discovered stone. I think they found it in Texas. We were talking about Texas earlier. What a great place. Sodalite is this lovely deep blue colour, which represents the throat chakra and its expression. It's following your purpose. It's your highest calling, telling you messages about where you need to go next. It's about being the most authentic version of you. And then the orangey little flecks, I don't know if you can see them. Sorry, my battery's just going flat. I am going to have to plug in a second. Those orangey flecks represent the sacral chakra. So this is a really great stone for writing, speaking, teaching, expression, being open, birthing something. So it could be a book, it could be doing more videos, it could be a social media platform. Really opening up and expressing yourself and reaching out and attracting your soul tribe towards you. So it's all about the connections. It's all about you being brave enough to follow your instincts about what's the next thing for you to do, that you've got an important message and that you can share that message and people want to hear it. Okay, so don't second guess yourself, don't doubt yourself. Okay, now I'm doubting the battery life of my phone, so I'm just going to plug in. So I knew that at some point we were going to have some battery issues. So let me just plug that in and see. Now I'm going to have to attach it, so bear with me 1 second. I have this kind of, sorry about this, 1 second. This this is where I hope that I don't lose the connection to everyone. So Sonia, you're really inspired to write a book. Amazing. There we go. Sorry about that. All right, so your message from the Wild Unknown is the threshold. Oh, now that really goes very well with the sunset sodalite. So this number is the number 55. Oh no, it's not, it's 65. Sorry, that's 11. So 11 is manifestation of wishes. So what you've been wishing for, so I'll have to just explain the number 11. When we have years in numerology, we only count years 1 to 9. But when it comes to other things in numerology, like destiny numbers, like the life path number, we include the number 11, 22, 33 and 44. So the number 11 is all about manifestation of wishes, because it's like two antennae, it's these two rods that are really powerful, attracting your dreams and your goals. And you can see that person that they got their feet on the threshold and they're about to dive in. They don't know what's on the other side of this. It could burn them. It could, they could be pulverized, or they could literally be jumping into something that's going to bathe them in so much light. And Sonia's saying that the number 11 is around you all the time, and that, if you're seeing repeating number 1s, number 11, that's all about new beginnings. You're on the threshold of something brand new, and you've got to dive in. You can't hold back anymore. So they're nervy and they're hesitant. And it's really important that you just throw yourself in, because whatever is you're on the threshold of is absolutely meant to be. Isn't that amazing? And this orange colour is, very much like the orange that's in the sunset sodalite. It's creation. It is the sacral chakra. So for you, the throat and the sacral chakra are really important energy centres this year of 2021. And being on the threshold of something really big and important and new, and being brave enough to follow those instincts of yours, because they are true, they're right. So your next message is the priestess card, and your priestess is intellect. Oh, fantastic. So this is the salmon of wisdom, and he is often shown with a hazelnut in his mouth, so he's leaping up to gather the hazelnut. So she's very, very wise, and she's got this blue hair. Can you see that beautiful blue of the throat chakra? So your mind, your intellect, your words, and your expression of that wisdom is really coming into full force in 2021. So it's really important that you see that your treasure lies within your intellect, within the way that you take an idea and you form it, you create it, you put it out there. But the expression of that intellect is so important. You've got to be like the salmon. You've got to leap. You've got to reach. You've got to be like the threshold card where you jump in. And remember, when we go back to the fact that we're in a 5-year, so the general energy of the 5-year is helping you to change, to pursue adventure, to pursue new experiences, and to change your reality and build a new model. Okay. I'm sorry. What's the colour of her hair got to do with anything? It's just my intuition. So for me, it represents the throat chakra, because the throat chakra is the colour blue. I hope that helps. So your next card is the angel, the archangel, that is whatever it is, the archangel who is working with you most strongly in 2021. And now this fits with everything. So again, we have the archangel of the sacral chakra, which is Archangel Gabrielle, and she's birthing something. She's creating a baby. Now she's the angel who is often shown, depicted in history as the messenger angel. Oh, you always get someone, don't you? Okay, let's move on. So she's the messenger angel, and she's the angel who is shown with a trumpet, where she's bringing messages. She was said to have, you know, in the Old Testament, have announced the birth of Jesus and John the Baptist. And she's also said to be the angel who was there with Moses when he was writing the scrolls, the Ark of the Covenant. And then she took one of the covenants up to the heavens. So anyway, sorry, it's just something distracted me and kind of thrown me off there. So getting back to your beautiful messages, thank you, loves. This beautiful angel is saying that you want to birth something. There's something you need to create. And it's important that you just go for it. So it's important that you take a leap of faith off the threshold, that you don't stand waiting in the wings anymore, that you announce whatever it is that you need to announce. Thank you, loves, you're so sweet. And that you move forward with whatever it is that you're creating. But expression and passing information on and writing and speaking and teaching is going to be so important for you in 2021. Really, really vitally important. And you mustn't let anybody distract you, detract you from what you want to do. People posting rude comments, you know, that kind of thing. And it's important that you just have faith in yourself. And this very strong message about the throat chakra and the sacral chakra is coming through all of your cards. So look at that. Look at the tribe that are gathering around you. And those beautiful animals all listening and waiting to hear whatever she has to bring, whatever she has to say or to give birth to in the world. So I feel for you guys, there's just been this constant kind of thread all about getting your message out there, being a leader, being a voice, and being your authentic self, because some people won't like what you've got to say and others are going to love it, and they're who matter, okay? It is my card, and I chose number 4, believe it or not, Sue. I think that's why I'm kind of hesitant as well, because I'm kind of trying not to project myself onto it. I think that person must be my conscience today, right? Okay, we never get people like that. I don't know where they've come from. Because you're all so lovely and supportive, and I just want to thank you for that. Okay, so this is your love card. So this is from the Lover's Oracle. And it is the Tree of Life. So look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So we've got the yin and yang symbol. We've got the star. We've got the infinity symbol, we've got the cross, there's like Ankh symbol there, which is the key to life, and then the heart. Isn't that beautiful? So it's like a magical tree. There's even little faces in that tree. I never noticed that before. And lots of hearts. So this is the tree of love and life. And it says, manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. And I just cannot think of a better way to end your reading, number 4. So how beautiful. Manifesting miracles, keep on doing it. Believe enough in yourself to make those miracles happen, because they're just waiting to become a part of your life. Yes, I know. Look, we can see these little faces. They're beautiful. So when you believe in things, it manifests in your life. And if you don't believe, you don't have to sit and listen, do you? So thank you so much, my darlings, for being so supportive today. You're amazing. Thank you so much for the stars. And I hope you've enjoyed our readings today. And I hope that you can take some heart that 2021 is going to be the year where you are in the middle of something really big, something really important, and you can make the next 4 years of your life the best 4 years of your life. So be present, Be open to everything that wants to be a part of your life. And sending you lots and lots of love and light as we go into this brand new year. And I can't wait to share more of this with you. So thank you, my loves. Thank you for everything. Take care. Lots of love and angel blessings.